Pharaoh's royal palace. The royal palace of Pharaoh was one of the most magnificent structures in ancient Egypt, symbolizing the king's power and wealth. Inside the palace, there were vast throne rooms where Pharaoh would receive visitors and make royal decisions. As Moses and Aaron approached Pharaoh's royal palace, they passed through the grand entrance, carved from stone and adorned with statues of Egyptian gods. Moses, holding his staff, stood before Pharaoh and spoke with a firm voice.
"Pharaoh, the Lord, the God of Israel, says this: Let my people go so that they may serve me in the wilderness."
Moses, who are you to stand before me, the ruler of Egypt, and demand anything? I do not know your God, nor will I obey his commands. This land and its people are mine to rule, and no one, not even the God of Israel, will dictate my will. Leave my presence, or you will face the full wrath of Egypt.
First plague, water turned to blood. Moses and Aaron returned to the Nile River. Aaron raises his staff over the water, and all the water turns into blood. The river flows with a foul smell, fish die, and the people have no water to drink. Second plague, frogs. Moses warns Pharaoh again, but Pharaoh refuses. Aaron raises his staff, and the land of Egypt is filled with frogs. They come from the river, filling homes, beds, and even Pharaoh's palace. Lesson we can learn. From these two plagues, we learn the importance of not allowing pride and stubbornness to stand in the way of heeding God's warnings. Pharaoh refused to obey God's command and arrogantly believed he had absolute control, but God demonstrated his power through these plagues. This teaches us that, as people of this generation, we should approach God with humility, obey his commands, and recognize that we cannot defy God's will without facing consequences. Pharaoh's stubbornness led to great suffering for his people, reminding us that obedience to God's will is the path to avoiding suffering and living